It's time to burn your to-do list. Okay, that was a little dramatic. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you why you need to kill your to-do list and how to use a good old-fashioned paper planner to focus, not on other people's priorities, but on what matters to you. Okay, here's the problem with the traditional to-do list. It's a long laundry list of endless tasks that never ends, and you never can accomplish everything that you set out to. Some people put 12, 15, 20 things on their daily to-do list, and if you're like me and you've done that before, you know it doesn't work, it doesn't get done, and you end the day just feeling frustrated and like a total failure and like your dad doesn't love you. Maybe not the last one. You get what I'm saying. But that's the thing about to-do lists. They focus on quantity over quality. Anything that you might possibly need to do, you jot it down on your list, maybe your planner, maybe in your Todoist app, and you just, without questioning, add it to your list of things to do that day. But what's happening when you do this is you're valuing other people's priorities over your own. And we're gonna stop doing that today. So hey, I'm Riley. I'm an Air Force officer, creator, and huge productivity nerd. And when I was stationed in Korea last year, this is exactly what I was doing. I had this little green notebook, and for everything that I needed to do in the day, I would always just jot it down. Any notes from meetings, to-do items, conversations with my supervisor, all of it went in this messy green little notebook, and I could never actually practically use it. It was never useful because there was way too much crap in it. And there was this moment at the end of this 2-week training exercise. My team and I had been working like 2 weeks straight, 12-hour days, just trying to keep up. And I just remember ending that exercise just feeling like a failure because every day I was completely overwhelmed by the vast list of things that had to get done, but I wasn't focusing on what was most important. I felt like a failure. So that was about the time where I promised myself this had to change. And I started this long process, which is now really this YouTube channel. And I switched to a paper planner. That's right, a good old-fashioned paper planner. For myself, I got the full focus planner. And the reason I use this planner, and I think what works particularly well about this, but works with paper planning better anyway, it forces you to be intentional about what your priorities are. In this case, the main feature really is the daily big three and the weekly big three. And both of them are focused on your personal top 3 priorities. It's ridiculously simple, but really important to implement. And it made a huge difference for me in my life because I was finally focusing on what was most important. The measurable things I had to get done, not just at work, but for the things in my own personal life that I've been pushing to the back burner that needed to come back into the forefront. This is why you use a paper planner over a to-do list, because a paper planner helps you define actionable, clear goals that you can review regularly and tie into your daily and weekly priorities. It also allows you to visualize a balanced schedule. It allows you to actually go in and like physically sketch in the time that you're blocking for the things that are most important to you. And I find it really reduces distractions by actually having a physical planner that I carry with me at all times. It forces me to stay in touch with the things that I want to prioritize so that I don't get pushed and pulled, yanked around with other people's priorities and distracted from what matters most. So you're sold. You're gonna go on Amazon, buy yourself a paper planner. These are the 4 things that you should be looking to do. The first one is identify your priorities. You can watch all the productivity content here on YouTube, and believe me, there's a lot of it, and it won't matter if you aren't clear on your priorities. The second thing you should do, weekly planning sessions, or in the full focus system, they call it the weekly review. It's that time to actually map out your top priorities for the week in the physical planner itself so that each morning you can actually take a look, what are my priorities this week? Number 3, now it's time to get into the daily focus, writing your daily big 3 every day. And this should tie into your weekly priorities as well. And then finally, reflect and adjust. Every day, you should reflect on the things that you accomplished and focus on that more than the things that are left on the table. That was the old to-do list days. You get that satisfying feeling that the top 3 priorities that were mine to accomplish today, or mine to accomplish this week, they are done, and I am done for the day. And you'll have that time to rest, recover, rejuvenate, and reflect as you get ready to tackle the next week again. But the number one thing that's gonna make using a planner effective, I love this planner. It doesn't matter which one you use, but the most important thing is that you use it every day and you carry it with you on your person every day. So earlier I mentioned the idea of setting your own priorities, and that really comes down to your personal core values. If you haven't actually sat down to think through and write down your personal values, I want to invite you to head over to RileyWrites.substack.com. It's the first link here, so that when you're implementing all this cool productivity advice on YouTube, you're actually applying it to the things that matter most to you. Until next time, may the force be with you.